None more so than Bobsworth. He's a little terrier of a horse. Bids to give Nicky Henderson a second win in the race. Never beaten at Cheltenham. Cape Tribulation is a dual Cheltenham hero as well. A winner at the festival, winner of the big trial here. He's 12-1 for the North, Malcolm Jefferson. You've just heard all about Captain Chris in the Waitley Silks. He's an Arkle win on his dance card. A class act on his day. A long run is the Gold Cup hero of 2 years ago when he downed the mighty Galacticos, Denman and Corto Star. Monbeg Dude is the lowest rated horse in the field, but he's no mug. He won the Welsh Grand National. He's now ridden by Sam Twiston Davis. Silvianaco Conti is officially rated the highest horse in the field. Bids to give Paul Nicholls a 5th Gold Cup with a 4th different horse. Sir Deschamps, sensational news this morning that he would now be the mount of the 17 times champion, A.P. McCoy. The Giant Bolster, a shock runner-up in this race at 50-1. He's a quarter of that price this afternoon for David Bridgewater. And for the smallest yard, Hilary Parrott, her own Wayward Prince. Jack Doyle's 100-1 outsider. Ever a regular
amongst those jockeys, and you can see already, Ted, as they walk around and Mick, people thinking, right, don't want to miss the start here.
Oh, sure, and they know what's going on. Mickey was trying to be coy, saying, oh, I'm not sure. They know Sam Wellycon's going to make the running. That's why he's got the cheek pieces on, and not one of those jockeys want to be giving him any head start.
And they won't be giving one another any head start either. Yeah. They might be now in an Novice Chase at Taunton, but around here they'll be close to one another, rubbing off one another. There won't be an inch given until their case is tried anyway.
Well, that enormous crowd waiting for the off of the biggest race of the jump season. Here's Simon.
Come on then. Coming forward. And away they go for the Betfred Cheltenham Gold Cup of 2013. 22 fences to be crossed, and Sam Wellycon sends long run straight into an early lead at a steady pace from the Giant Bolster, last year's runner-up in second over fence number 1. Then Silvianaco Conti in the pink jacket on the inside of Bobsworth, maroon colours Tony McCoy aboard Sir Deschamps, followed then by Wayward Prince, Captain Chris up the inside, Monbeg Dude and Cape Tribulation as they landed over the second fence, and now they pass the stands with 2 circuits ahead of them in rain softened ground. But it'll be helpful that the chase course has not been run over today. This is the first race of the day on the chase course, and Long Run leads the way by a length and a half to the Giant Bolster. Silvianaco Conti and Ruby Walsh round the inside, followed by Sir Deschamps. They are tracked by Bobsworth and Wayward Prince and Captain Chris, and 2 lengths away Cape Tribulation, and finally Monbeg Dude. Down the hill now to fence number 3. Long Run comes in to take it and flicks through the top of the fence and safely over. The winner of this race in 2011 and third 12 months ago behind Synchronised. The Giant Bolster on the left with the white face, the check jacket worn by Tom Scudamore as they now take the water jump. Silvianaco Conti jumped the water big in third, then Sir Deschamps and Bobsworth, followed by Wayward Prince, Captain Chris, Cape Tribulation and Monbeg Dude at the rear of the field over an open ditch. Not much to choose between the 2 leaders there. Long Run on the right of the Giant Bolster. Long Run back in front going towards the next. Silvianaco Conti in third place taking the next. Good jump by Silvianaco Conti. Then Bobsworth and Sir Deschamps, both the winners at the last 2 Cheltenham festivals. Captain Chris and Wayward Prince is on the inside. They're followed by Cape Tribulation and Monbeg Dude as they now face up to another open ditch, and a good jump again from Long Run, climbing the hill on the far side of the racecourse. Still the early stages in this 3 1/4 mile test, the most prestigious race in the jump race calendar. Heading towards the next, it's Long Run by a length and a half to the Giant Bolster. Silvianaco Conti is jumping beautifully on the inside in the hands of Ruby Walsh. Then Sir Deschamps. Bobsworth is back in 5th, followed by Captain Chris as they round the top turn and head to a fence that can be a little tricky sometimes. It'll be 4 out on the next circuit. Long Run comes in to take it. Didn't get overly high there from the Giant Bolster at the back. Wayward Prince was pretty slow, made a mistake with Monbeg Dude just ahead of him as they run down the hill now and on towards fence number 10 of the 22. Long Run in the cheek pieces for the first time, also fitted with the noseband, making the running today. Long Run over in front from the Giant Bolster. Captain Chris darting away to the right there, back in the field at that fence. He can go right-handed at the fences. They now move on towards the home turn, coming to the end of a circuit, and Long Run on the inside of the Giant Bolster. Sir Deschamps is moving up out wide, then Silvagnaco Conti, followed by Bobsworth, Cape Tribulation, Captain Chris, Monbeg Dude and Wayward Prince. On towards the next plain fence. 2 plain fences in the home straight. There'll be the last 2 in another lap's time. Great jump by the leader, Long Run. Beautiful there from Sir Deschamps in second place. Silvagnaco Conti's on the inside. Giant Bolster remains close up. Then Bobsworth as they now approach what will be the last next time round. Long Run over in front once again by about a length to Sir Deschamps. Then Silvagnaco Conti and the Giant Bolster. 2 lengths to Bobsworth, followed by Cape Tribulation. The crowd getting excited as they head to the far side for the final time. Captain Chris is next, then Wayward Prince and Monbeg Dude. So swinging left-handed now into the back straight, and they head down the hill towards the next. It's fence number 13 coming up. 10 in all left to be jumped here, and still the amateur Sam Whaley-Cohen leading the way on the dual King George winner Long Run from Silvagnaco Conti on the right under Ruby Walsh. Sir Deschamps, Antonio McCoy close up in that maroon jacket. Then Tom Scudamore aboard the Giant Bolster. Barry Geraghty in dark blue, the red cap Bobsworth. Captain Chris and Richard Johnson on the outside. They're tracked by Dennis O'Regan on Cape Tribulation as they take the water jump. Cape Tribulation a little erratic there. Then Monbeg Dude and Wayward Prince. Now another jumping test. It's an open ditch. Long Run comes in to take it. Oh, he gave it plenty of air and a little bit awkward at that fence. It wasn't ideal. In second place, Sir Deschamps. Moving on now to the next. Bobsworth is getting closer up the inside of Silvagnaco Conti. Long Run, Sir Deschamps, followed by the Giant Bolster. Bobsworth the inside. Bobsworth, who's 4 out of 4 here at Cheltenham. Silvagnaco Conti and Captain Chris. And now they head towards the final open ditch going up the hill on the far side. Long Run has led all the way so far, almost joined by Sir Deschamps. A blunder there from the Giant Bolster. Silvagnaco Conti is in third place. Bobsworth on the inside 4. Then the Giant Bolster. Captain Chris still there with a chance, and Cape Tribulation as Monbeg Dude begins to struggle. Over the next, Long Run was again the first to rise from Sir Deschamps in second place. These two pressing on now as they swing the top left-hand turn. Long Run racing very sweetly from the front here. Sir Deschamps, Ruby Walsh sitting quietly on Silvagnaco Conti. Then Bobsworth, the Giant Bolster. This is 4 out, and it was Long Run and Sir Deschamps in the air together. Silvagnaco Conti back in third, the Giant Bolster. Bobsworth is struggling to go with them as they run down the hill towards 3 out. McCoy drops 1 pair of goggles. He wants a clear view of the action here. Silvagnaco Conti moving well in behind. Long Run on the inside. This is 3 out in the Gold Cup. Long Run didn't get too high. Silvagnaco Conti is gone, and Bobsworth was slightly hampered. It's Long Run on the inside of Sir Deschamps. McCoy steals a half glance. He can't see Ruby Walsh. He's gone. So Long Run and Sir Deschamps, they run round the final turn, just under 3 furlongs to cover. The Giant Bolster is back in third place, and then comes Bobsworth, who's running on gamely now. Bobsworth as they run towards the second last, and this could be attritional up the hill. Sir Deschamps on the outside of Long Run. The Giant Bolster and Bobsworth over 2 out. A great jump from Long Run. Sir Deschamps looking tired. Bobsworth is now beginning to get his act together on the near side, and Bobsworth, you could never write him off, and he's come through to lead, jumping the final fence in the Gold Cup. Bobsworth is safely over from Long Run in second, then Sir Deschamps up this muddy hill, this mercilessly muddy hill, and it's Bobsworth by 2 lengths to Sir Deschamps, who's rallying in second. Then back in third is Long Run. He can't go on, and it's Bobsworth and Barry Geraghty for Cheltenham Gold Cup glory. Bobsworth hampered by the fall of Silvagnaco Conti, and he came back to win. Sir Deschamps in second, Long Run was third, then the Giant Bolster, Cape Tribulation, Captain Chris further back, and then Wayward Prince, and pulling up was Monbeg Dude. And I can tell you that Ruby Walsh and Silvagnaco Conti are both perfectly all right on the landing side of the third fence. This horse, well, Bobsworth, he is nothing if not game. He's only small. We've seen this week that winners can come in all shapes and sizes. We had Hurricane Flyer, small horse, Sprinter Sacra, giant. Well, Bobsworth is only small, but he's smart and he's very, very tough.
He battled, he really battled. He looked out of it at the top of the hill. Barry Geraghty, the man on board, has this horse as a yearling. This will be one of his proudest moments to ride him as a Gold Cup winner. Let's hear from him with Alice.
Barry, mixed emotions.
Yeah, I'd love to be happier. All we can all think about is John Thomas McNamara, and it's like I know it's. What do we say? You know, just hope and pray to God that John Thomas is okay.
Well, this is a horse you've been involved in since a yearling, and you've now come to the pinnacle.
Yeah, it's brilliant. He's a gorgeous horse. He's a great attitude. I never travelled. He struggled on the ground, but he kept fighting. I knew jumping 3 out, I'd 5 or 6 cents to find, but thought I had a good chance.
Did you? 2 out? I thought no chance. I couldn't believe it.
No, I was just hunting and flapping and waiting for him just to catch his wind, because he just struggled on that ground, but I knew turning in at every chance and jumping the second last I should win.
You two have an unbelievable relationship. He gives you everything.
He's as game as a lion. Loves the job. He loves it.
Well done. Well done.
Cheers.